Trump's big, beautiful bill is making progress, and on the stock exchange, we're seeing a shift from tech stocks to healthcare starting the second half of 2025, the S&P 500 remaining largely unchanged. Let's get a little bit more now from Steve Gopperland from Scander FX. Great to see you. Big, beautiful bill. Trump has been wanting to get it through, and we've been getting a lot of reaction to it as well. What are your thoughts?
Good morning, Aaron. Thanks for having me. Yeah, quite exciting to see that finally the big, beautiful bill getting passed by the House, and now it's been pushed on to the Senate. While it's all about glorifying Trump's tax cuts, one thing that we're going to see is that it's going to probably, make Jerome Powell's life a little bit easier. He doesn't have to go and cut rates as soon as expected. However, the challenges are that no one actually exactly understands how it's going to impact markets as well, because it's just going to add to the debt ceiling that they have. It's going to lift it to another $3.3 trillion, which is 5 trillion Aussie, a big amount of money to raise.
Yeah, now just explain to us the connection between the big, beautiful bill and Jerome Powell not having to reduce rates.
Well, it makes his life harder because one is that it adds more volatility into the U.S. Treasuries, which means that he doesn't have much impact to if inflation does come down, he can't just go and cut rates. It is not directly linked to the markets. However, in saying that the more tax cuts are coming to the market, the most likely event would be people are obviously going to spend money. That's going to put inflation up, right? So it's a catch-22 situation, and Powell's hands are tied because on one hand, he's battling inflation, he's battling Trump, and at the same token, you still have the trade war or trade tariff threats that still is looming, right? So that still is being passed on to the consumers. And look, I mean, Powell's done a fantastic job, and I'm pretty sure the next person who's going to replace his chair is going to be either a Trump yes man or just going to be Donald Trump himself.
Yes, Donald Trump as the Fed chair. He'd love that. Now, having a look at this one, and I guess the back and forth between Elon Musk and Donald Trump over the big, beautiful bill. Do you think that for a lot of people there's a bit of hesitancy to get excited about the big, beautiful bill, as Trump calls it, because one-time ally not so long ago, and the man who helped Trump get into the White House and the head of Doge, and people consider him to be the genius of our time, is so against the whole bill? What are your thoughts?
Look, it talks a lot about human psychology over here. This is what happens when friendships turn into enmity, right? This is what happens. In saying that, in Elon's defense, what he's fighting for is he's scared that erasing the debt ceiling is just going to put unwanted pressure on the U.S. economy. Well, Trump, rightly on the other hand, is like, hey, this is my bill. This has got all the tax cuts, and he wants to increase defense spending. He wants to increase, immigration, border force, and all this stuff. So Trump sees that why should we spend money on EV cars when what is it there about the climate to worry about when we can spend money on immigration and border control? And that's Trump's narrative. So over here, the problem is that both these individuals are not wrong, are not right either. You know what I mean? So
pretty extraordinary comments. Sorry, pretty extraordinary comments from Donald Trump about Elon Musk, essentially suggesting he can maybe be deported, and the changes that the big, beautiful bill is going to make. Let's just have a listen to what Donald Trump had to say. It's worth.
I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid, maybe someday a hydrogen. If you have a hydrogen car, it has one problem: it blows up, So I'm going to give that one to Peter. I'm going to let Peter test it out.
I mean, call him what you will, but he is nothing if not entertaining, and I'm not sure I'll be rushing out to get a hydrogen car.
No, and also you got to understand, he's just traveled all the way back from Middle East, and he's come with a lot of money from them. So it's drill, baby, drill, oil. He
Back
can't
to oil
just
again.
let them go either.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the whole
Now,
story. Everything comes down to oil.
this number here, 20% down Tesla stock so far
Oof.
this year. It's not great, is it? And we're hearing that their latest announcements about deliveries of cars is also down too. What do you make of Tesla stock at the moment? What do you think they're up to?
Well, not a huge automobile expert, but from what I can understand in the EV space, China is upping their game big time. Like recently I saw, I think it was a TikTok or Instagram post where a Chinese EV company came in and their cars sold within like 10 minutes, like they've oversubscribed. Apparently, the charging and all the stuff for the EV cars made out of China is 100 times faster than what Tesla does. Tesla has got the brand, but I think this space is run and it's completely a monopoly of the Chinese automobile manufacturers. They're really up their game.
When we look back in 5 years at the big beautiful bill, do you think it will be seen as a success?
Oof, crystal ball time, Aaron. My thoughts would be, when we look back, we'll be like, what the hell did we go through in this world? That's what I would say. Yeah, I think the markets are not ready for this big, beautiful bill, simply because adding more debt ceiling means. Remember when we were kids, we used to play a game called Monopoly. The bank never runs out of money simply because they can print money. This is what's going to happen. There's no one's going to be held responsible. So I think that's what the fear is.
Yeah, very much so. Very well put. Always appreciate your insights, Steve Goplan there from Scanner FX. Thanks for jumping up on Ticker.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.